Tonight on Fox 21 News, we're now learning a child was killed in a shooting over in Falcon over the weekend that left 4 others hurt. The latest as the search continues for a suspect and a motive.
And the Chinese spy balloon bringing state leaders together in the fight to keep U.S. Space Command in Colorado. Why they say this incident just goes to show it's what's best for the nation. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Fox 21 Local News at 5. I'm Taylor Bishop.
And I'm Austin Sack, filling in for Scott Kilbury, and we are Southern Colorado. Now first on Fox 21, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office now reporting a child died in a shooting over the weekend that also injured 4 others.
Now the Sheriff's Office continues to search for a motive and suspects.
The shooting happened in the early morning hours on Sunday near Point Reyes Drive, which is the Meridian Ranch subdivision of Falcon. Despite life-saving measures by first responders and medical personnel, the child died. Multiple other gunshot victims were found at the scene and are still recovering in the hospital.
The Sheriff's Office says it continues to investigate the incident and has received productive leads. That being said, they are still asking community members who have information related to the incident to call the Sheriff's Office tip line.
And a student at Sierra High School in Colorado Springs found with a gun today. Administrators say they were informed after the start of the school day that a student may have had a weapon in their bag. The student was escorted from their class to the office. After a search, a gun was found.
Sierra High School says the gun was not shown at school or used to threaten other students. The student was arrested and will be charged.
Now, as the U.S. Navy continues to recover parts of what the White House says was a Chinese spy balloon, the incident is uniting Colorado leaders in a fight for Space Command headquarters.
Congressman Doug Lamborn, El Paso County Commissioners, Colorado Springs Mayor John Suthers, and others released a joint statement today questioning the decision to move Space Command away from Colorado.
The statement reads, last week, when an unmanned foreign object traveled across the United States for days, U.S. Space Command was not operating at full capacity. It continues to say, at a time of such uncertainty with China and Russia, space capabilities play a decisive role. So why are officials still considering moving this critical command?
The coalition of leaders finished the statement with, quote, "Let's end this indecision and do what's best for our nation." New tonight, if you've dreamed of working at Casa Bonita, time is running out to apply. Leaders at the Colorado Staple will start returning calls to applicants they're interested in next week.
They're looking for 500 new employees, including chefs, security guards, and of course, the famous cliff divers as they prepare to reopen in May. Now, if you're interested, just head to CasaBonitaJobs.com.
Rob, have you heard back on your position?
Actually, that's where Scott has been.
The whole time.
Yeah, he's
rehearsing his dives.
Honing his skills to be the elite diver. So we'll see how that works out.
I'll be in the kitchen whipping up the sopapillas and Scott will be diving.
I do like the sopapilla. Bring some sopapillas to work.
Please.
So extra honey, please.
Tonight on Fox 21 News, a soldier arrested for sexual exploitation of children, what he's accused of doing and how police tracked him down.
And a new bill for Coloradans looking to make our roads safer, how the proposed legislation could impact you and your teenage driver. Good evening and thanks for joining us for Fox 21 Local News at 5. I'm Austin Sack, filling in for Scott Kilbury.
I'm Taylor Bishop and we are Southern Colorado. First on Fox 21, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding a missing teen.
Yeah, take a look at your screen here. This is Adriana. She went missing from her home in Cimarron Hills, east of Powers Boulevard. She is 5'2" in height and thin with brown hair and brown eyes. Adriana is considered at risk. If you have seen her or know where she is, the Sheriff's Office is asking you to give them a call. And Fountain police arresting an active duty soldier today for possessing and distributing child sexual abuse material. Now on January 12th at 5:30 in the morning, detectives executed a search warrant on Berry Farm Road, which is near Fountain Fort Carson High School, on a cyber tip received from the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Investigations led detectives to obtain a search warrant for 26-year-old Joseph Smith, who is currently an active duty soldier with the U.S. Army. He was arrested this morning and booked into the El Paso County Justice Center on felony charges related to sexual exploitation of children. Detectives are asking people if they know of any additional witnesses or victims in this case to give them a call at 382-6918 or Crime Stoppers.
Next, a man arrested in connection with a road rage incident in Colorado Springs found with hundreds of fentanyl pills happened on January 25th near the intersection of Wooten Road and Platt Avenue, which is a couple blocks west of Powers Boulevard. Police say a suspect was threatening another driver with a handgun. During a verbal altercation, the suspect made threats toward the victim and then fired their weapon out the window several times while they were driving.
Detectives identified the suspect as 22-year-old Colin Martinez. He was taken into custody yesterday, about 5 blocks east of where the road rage incident took place. During the arrest, detectives recovered several stolen guns and more than 1,000 fentanyl pills.
The Colorado Department of Transportation reports every year since 2017 has been the deadliest year on Colorado roadways in decades.
Yeah, our state has seen a 50% increase in deaths over the last 10 years. As I learned today, a new bill looks to lower traffic deaths by putting a focus on our state's youngest drivers. A bill just introduced would require teenagers to complete up to 36 hours of driver's education to be eligible for a driver's license.
The need for this bill now is that we've changed how we do driver's ed training and essentially created a system that was incentivizing young people to wait and get less training.
Currently, Coloradans under the age of 18 can test for a driver's license after holding a learner's permit for 12 months and completing 50 hours of supervised training.
We have to do more in order to protect the lives of our constituents and protect folks across the state and ensure that we are working towards safer roads.
In 2022, 745 people died in crashes on Colorado roads, up from 691 the year prior.
It is no secret to anybody driving out there, especially up and down I-25, that our roads just feel a lot more dangerous. We know from research that you are about twice as likely to be injured in a crash if you don't go through driver's ed.
Colorado's traffic fatalities have been on the rise for more than a decade. Experts say to combat this, it all starts with education.
I think a little education goes a long way in lowering that fatality rate.
Critics note the bill would raise costs for first-time drivers and are concerned with access to such programs for rural Coloradans.
Accessibility has been really important in this bill, which is why I know there are at least 3 programs that are online that can be as low as $40.
Driver's education is no longer just for teenagers. Adults can get a refresher too on rules of the road that we should never forget, like click it or ticket. And always use your blinker.
And know that if you're a parent, a lot of your teen's driving behavior is going to come down to what they've modeled off you.
National Driver Training in Colorado Springs is open for business and continues to educate Southern Colorado drivers.
It's much better to do some driver ed and driver training than to have to fix your car or then get a ticket or something along those lines.
The bill now heads to the state capitol for further consideration.
Whether or not it's something you're required to do, it is absolutely something you should be doing.
Reporting in Colorado Springs, I'm Austin Sack, Fox 21 News. And 2 men arrested in Colorado Springs yesterday afternoon as police were recovering a stolen vehicle when they were notified of another stolen vehicle in the area. Just before 1 o'clock, officers spotted a car parked in front of the Come and Go near West Fillmore Street and North Chestnut Street. While coordinating response with other officers, police saw the driver and his passenger go inside the store. Now, both men were later contacted by police, and the driver, Richard Aragon, was taken into custody without incident. He had a loaded handgun and was found to have convictions for possession of a weapon by a previous offender. And now you're going to want to pause your Sunday for this. That's right, 2 Southern Colorado dogs are making their big debut in the 19th annual Puppy Bowl. The dogs Vivin and Sven took a cross-country road trip to upstate New York for the event. The Puppy Bowl features 67 shelters and rescues from across the country, including the Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region. Now, last year, the Humane Society saw record adoptions with 13,000 animals going to their forever homes. Both of the featured pups are no longer in foster care and have been adopted.
So the whole point of the Puppy Bowl is to highlight the great work that the rescues and the shelters are doing, and just for us to be part of that was amazing, and showcase what we do on a main stage and get more awareness around what the Humane Society in our own community does.
Now, the 2 teams will be competing for the Lombardi Trophy before the big game on Sunday. And join Fox 21 here as we cheer on our hometown heroes.
Absolutely. Best of luck to them. Colorado Parks and Wildlife reminding the community we share the area with predators, even if we don't see them. Check out this video from a Colorado Springs homeowner who captured 3 mountain lions roaming a path near their home early Sunday morning.
Yeah, Parks and Wildlife says a 3rd mountain lion can be spotted at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. CPW is telling the community to protect their pets and in turn protect the wildlife in the area.
Toll from the earthquakes in Turkey, shooting past 11,000 lives today.
Not 1 but 2 powerful earthquakes hit on Monday and toppled thousands of buildings across a wide area of Turkey and over the border in Syria. And as more debris gets cleared, the death toll is climbing quickly. Today it passed 11,000, making these the deadliest quakes worldwide in more than a decade. The survivors now facing dire conditions, including bitter cold and lack of basic supplies.
Turkey's president says there have been issues getting aid to some areas. He's now working on a plan to expand services. The U.S. sending more than 100 first responders, promising to keep the aid flowing until the crisis is over. The Turkish government now says there are some 60,000 aid workers in the quake zone, that is, assisting the rescue and recovery effort. A wolf at the Colorado Wolf and Wildlife Center in Divide predicting the 2023 Super Bowl winners. Chakra going with the Eagles and not taking any time to think about it.
The center says Chakra is known for independent nature and love for plopping her bottom into staff and guest laps in expectation of back scratches. What do we think about her prediction? I know what Rob's got to say.
I mean, you know, it's an animal picking another animal. So, I mean, I think it's pretty accurate. We'll see how accurate on Sunday. So.
I thought you were going to say, speaking of plopping bottoms. Here's Rob.
Close. It was close.
And you're wearing Eagles colors today. So.
Go Eagles! Actually, I do want the Eagles to win.
Same.
So do I.
I'm just over the Chiefs.
Yeah. No
Well,
Chiefs.
yeah, you don't want Chiefs. Yeah, you're a Broncos fan. I'm sorry for that. So.